Welcome to the Paint app. Today, we're going to walk you through the process of creating your first quote. To start, head over to Quotes on the side menu and click the plus button at the bottom right corner. Next, you can choose an existing client or create a new one by clicking the plus button. You also have the option to select the project type. If the type you need isn't listed, simply add a new project type by clicking the plus button. For this example, let's choose Residential Repaint. The app will automatically fill in the client address using the existing information. Now, let's create the quote. On the dashboard, you'll see the quote location, value, total hours, and client details. You can edit the client details if needed. Below, you'll find the quote details and notes. To create a new interior quote, select the Interior tab and then click Interior Quote Details. Now, let's create a new room by clicking Add New Room. You'll see a form where you can choose the room type. If the room type isn't on the list, you can create a new one. Let's select Bedroom. You can specify the floor level and input the room dimensions, such as 3 by 3 with a height of 2.7. The app will automatically calculate the surface dimensions. You can choose the types for each surface, like plasterboard walls, plasterboard ceilings, standard skirting boards, undercoat, and cornices. If there are custom or feature walls in the room, you can add a custom area. Select the type of custom area. For instance, if it's a VJ panel wall, enter dimensions like 2 by 2.7. If it's a dark color, you may need 3 coats. Add the surface, and it will automatically be included in your quote. You can also include doors in your quote. Start by adding the frame and undercoat. If you have a panel door, add it separately from the frame. Now you have the frame and the door itself. You can also include a window frame by selecting the size, undercoat, adding the surface, and then adding the room. Once the room is added, you'll see a card with the room information. If you want to add another room, just click here and select the room type again. You also have the option to choose between manual or auto modes. For on-site measurements, we recommend using the auto mode since it calculates dimensions automatically. However, if you're working from a floor plan, the manual method is better as you can input dimensions directly. For this example, we will specify 10 square meters for plasterboard walls and add doors as needed. After adding the door and frame, include the room. You'll now see a card for the bathroom with all the details. The quote stats will update automatically, reflecting the total square meterage of walls, ceilings, skirting boards, and doors, windows. Once the interior quote is complete, you can go back to the previous page. Switch to Exterior and click Exterior Quote Details. The exterior quote is organized by property sides: front, left, right, and back. You can also select the surface types. For example, if the front wall has weatherboards and the wall height is 2.7 meters, you might only need 2 coats. Add the surface, and if there's a fascia board or gutters to paint, include those, specifying 10 meters, and apply undercoat where necessary. You may want to add eaves as well, say 10 by 0.7 meters. The stats cards will display walls, soffits, gutters, doors, and windows. Return to the summary view to see the full project overview, including the time needed and total paint. It breaks down into interior and exterior sections. Add extra hours if necessary for things like setup or protection. You can also account for additional materials, such as tape and plastic protection. If a home warranty is required, select it here, and the app will calculate and add it automatically, including any terms for the quote. Save the quote, and once saved, send it to the client via the Mail button. Simply click, and the quote will automatically update for review. The client will receive it immediately.